So now we'll have the Trackmania India Cup 5 final. It will be played between 8 different players. So the players are Skorpid, Kaizer, Albatrxssx, Iridium, Ojas, Blurrypixels, and Kuno. And Nottcurious as well. So a bit of a shame for Nami, despite him being the top seed of the time attack phase, he did manage to be... He was the person who did not manage to play due to power outages. But those will be the players of the final phase. So it will be played in a cup mode phase till we get 3 winners of the 3 winners known that will receive some of the prize money as well in terms of rupees, as well as first place will get also a $5 Steam gift card as well. Playing till the top 3, so the people who managed to finish off on winners, who managed to win a round in finalists, will at least manage to get some prize money as well in terms of rupees. And we should gonna be starting relatively soon. So the players in the match will be Ojas, Kuno, Kaizer, Nottcurious, Iridium, Skorpid, Blurrypixels, and Albatrxssx. So all of these players managed to get top 4 in the semi-final of their respective... so the way how this started was there was a time attack seeding played, where the top players managed to move on to the round phase, then the top 4 from each of the round servers managed to get to the final. And now we'll be starting the match, as we'll be starting on... I can't see the name of the map. Masquerade. Masquerade will be the first map, as it was also played last time as the 31st map. We saw that there were a bunch of bongs happening, especially at the start of the match, for players trying to get that inside tight line properly. And there were a lot of people getting like these touches at the end. Overall, most of the maps are relatively simplistic in their nature. So as long as the players at least manage to maintain the correct lines, there shouldn't be too big gaps happening. Unless, of course, a mistake happens. So anyway, we're starting off the first round of the Trackmania India 5 final. It's like Iridium had a bit of a delayed start. We saw the very first touch, what I was speaking about, happening as well. Bit of a gear down by Albatrxssx and Nottcurious. Allows Iridium to go for a potential overtake. Currently top 4 players, Skorpid, Kaizer, Kunal, Ojas are at the top. Skorpid is currently leading a race. Kunal, who was looking quite nice in one of the other finals, is following. Kaizer gets a very nice inside line, catches up to Skorpid, overtakes the Kunal as well. Skorpid is following, very nice line by Kunal, but it will not be enough, and Skorpid will take the plus 25 pointer in the match. So the world record here is by Kunal, which is also the server time. Kunal overall is the fastest player of the bunch. Skorpid is the number 1 in India in terms of campaign ranking. I believe he was very close to top 100 as well. There's a world standings as well. Going on a second round. Currently we do have Skorpid having the most successful first round of the match. Let's see how it will go on the next round. So currently Albatrxssx actually bogging the side. Allows Kunal for the overtake. Kaizer in second. Looks like Skorpid has crashed himself out of the round as well. Kunal currently leading. Nottcurious in a very close second. Kunal tries to get that inside line. Loses a bunch of extra speed due to it. Allows Ojas and Nottcurious to catch up. Only Kunal is leading the round. It looks like it's gonna be a consistent as Ojas hits the finish. Loses his top 3 placement in terms of points. Allows Skorpid to get the top 3 placement in terms of points. And Kaizer will get the 4th place due to that. Kunal getting the 2nd and 1st place so far rounds puts himself in the lead so far. With 45 points in the match. So far looking as the favorites. We have like 3 people falling down, including Albatrxssx with the early touch. And Kaiser hitting the side as well. Iridium as well, not of the best starts so far. Kunal currently in first place, followed by Nottcurious and Skorpid. Kunal currently leading race, very nice line throughout that section. Increases the lead just by 0.10, bit too big on an oversteer. Ojas with the inside line managed to catch up. Skorpid hits the sign, unlucky respawn as well there. Looks like it'll be Kunal taking another plus 20 fine pointer. And Ojas in second place as well. So Ojas placed the second in the last Trackmania India Cup as well. So looks like so far he will be looking in a solid second as well as Kunal. Looks like the favorite of the bunch. And with that we have Kunal in the lead with 70 points. Skorpid with 51 and Ojas with 40 in third so far, coming out of the first map. As we're gonna be going on winter days, or the Russian ice map. We saw a lot of inconsistencies happening from the players on this one. Like, there were a lot of slide outs happening, a bunch of awkward lines as well. So it was a map that was purely on consistency based. So we'll see how will that go here. The fastest time here is by Skorpid, which is a 41.2. Second fastest time is by Ojas, a 41.3. Nami as well with the 41.3, but Nami sadly could not play due to power outage. And Rehan as well, but he's as well not. So we have 2 players on this map who are in top 4 but are not present in the final. And then Iridium is in 5th with a 41.6. However, there we saw a lot of I just say not the most consistent rounds coming from Iridium. Last time a lot of mistakes happening. So we'll see how this time. Ojas was looking very consistent last time. Definitely got a lot of points out of his performances, but let's see how it will going this time. Okay, now you get power back, of course. It's just like me having my keyboard starting to malfunction just as my match starts. I feel ya. So currently we have Ojas and Iridium with the faster starts. Albatrxssx and Skorpid in 3rd and 4th, following the leaders. Ojas with a bit too big of an ice slide. Skorpid goes directly into the red or black block. Albatrxssx in 3rd place, gets a bit more extra speed than Iridium, very close, it all comes down to the end. Ojas looks like it's a solid first place, bit too big of an oversteer. And Albatrxssx actually snipes Ojas at the very end, due to Ojas trying to oversteer at the very end, having a bit too big of an unfortunate line there and managed to snipe him with the inside line due to that. And Albatrxssx now gets a plus 25 pointer that really helps him out, especially because he's at the bottom of the leaderboard. And Iridium, despite looking as one of the favorites, especially in like events like AOTC, is actually looking as the greatest with only 22 points collected so far. Kunal and Ojas so far looking with the better start, following by Albatrxssx, who had a very nice bobsled line. Oh, that's a massive oversteer by Albatrxssx, especially very unfortunate respawn. Skorpid goes for a 360, absolutely flies off the part. Ojas currently in the first spot, following by Iridium in 2nd and Kunal in 3rd. And we see the same snipe that we saw last time. Ojas now risk for a more inside line, gets a nice end as well. Iridium finally gets some points on the board as well with plus 20 points in the rounds, followed by Nottcurious in 3rd place and Kunal in 4th. Looks like Skorpid is quite struggling on this map. Thankfully he will be able to finish, but definitely not looking as the greatest round for him. And Albatrxssx, despite having that 6 snipe last round, also did not manage to get points at all. Like, the main thing I have noticed is just trying to be consistent, and it's enough to get those noticeable points, at least. But there have been quite a bit of a pace-based differences happening between the rounds. Oh, Skorpid had the action key in it? Okay, that explains then. Anyway, we have Iridium finally with a decent round. Albatrxssx tries to get for the inside line from the ice parts. Blurrypixel with a massive oversteer at the exit. We have a 1-2-3 fight for the 25 points at the top. We're just looking as the favorite so far. Trying to get another 25 pointer. Look the most consistent out of everyone and gets a very good regu pace from him. 42.0, 42.1. As his regu pace definitely gives him away those extra points. And that will allow him to go in the lead now, or even, sorry, with tied points now with Kunal. So now there will be a tied point way between Kunal and Ojas, currently tied after the second map. And actually Nottcurious has jumped to third place. Despite him not showing the best rounds, he managed to still get those +3, +4 placements and managed to get those extra points that climbs himself into the top of the leaderboard. So currently after map 2, Blurrypixel is in last with 50 points, Kaiser in 7th with 54, Albatrxssx in 6th with 55, Iridium jumped to 5th with 62, Skorpid in 4th with 73, Nottcurious in 3rd with 84, and 1-2 tie between Ojas and Kunal with 110. Yeah, Ojas is the youngest player in the competition with the only age of 15. The rest of the players are around like 20, 21, 22 range. It's not like in Baltic scene where the average age of the semi-final was like 27. So definitely a bit younger field. Comparing to some other regions, but we'll be starting off on Frozen Paradise. Frozen Paradise is the tech map that was also played in the Minor League Esports event. So we'll give a nice comparison between some of the North America and India players, depending how well they do at their pace. Bunch of mistakes happening from some of the players. Albatrxssx currently with a better start, following by Kunal and Skorpid, with a very close pack between Ojas and Iridium at following them as well. Albatrxssx currently with a very nice start. Iridium gets a sick line there as well. Catches up a bit, has to release at the exit point. Bit catches the inside line as well. And looks like Albatrxssx will be taking the +25 pointer with a very good time as well. 43.72.7. That's a very fast time as well. To give a bit of insight, the world record on this map is a 43.3 by Carl Jr. And the time that he did is around top 20 worlds. But keep in mind, this map has been played in like multiple events. Also in one of the premier North America events, so the fact that he did a top 20 world time is quite noticeable. He did a faster time than Elcon and Tubes, to give an idea. Anyway, following the next round, we have Kunal currently leading the field, following by Skorpid this time. Kaiser with a bit of a mistake. Albatrxssx, Skorpid and Ojas are in the fight as well. Very nice line by Albatrxssx. Catch. He clipped aside. Tried to risk a bit too much on the inside line. Lose a bunch of points just due to that. And Kunal will take the 25 pointer with a 44 flat. Bit of a slower round, but still a win is a win. And that will allow Kunal to now go in the lead, as Ojas had a bit of a shaky start to the round. And only placed 4th in the previous round, did not score that much points as in the previous round. So one of the parts in this start drift is that some players do a bit of a release. They do cost the time, but it allows them with more of adjustments, so they get a more consistent line throughout the turn. As we saw, 2 touches coming in the next section, where people want to pre-drift before the turn even starts, so they get a nice setup and can build up a bit more exit speed. But so far looks like gonna be a 1-2 between both Albatrxssx and Skorpid clip. And that will allow Kunal to jump in and overtake them both at the end. But Iridium still gets the 25-pointer at the end. Iridium being at the bottom of the leaderboard, having that plus 25-pointer is really useful. And I believe that will allow him to overtake Albatrxssx in the point standings and will close in on the top 4 as well. Also wanting to mention is Nottcurious, despite not having all the time the top 3 placements, he just tries to play consistent. And he gets a solid placement in the leaderboard due to that. And we're gonna go on to Plastic now. So we saw a lot of fiesta happening in the last match, where there was just like everyone basically crashed in there during the round. So the points cap here is 300. However, points repartition is different. So the first place gets 25, second place gets 20, third place gets 16. So there's a bit of an inflation in terms of points regarding that, as there are 8 players in the match. However, if it was used with the regular 10 or like the Baltic system with 10-8-6-4, then that would be like the points limit would be around like 150. So in terms of the times on this map, so on Plastic, the world record is by Nami, 41.6. Kunal has the second fastest time by 41.6 as well. Then Iridium with the third fastest time is 41.7. We did saw 41s being done in the last round. Or in the last match, more like it. So we might see some 41s being happening here, as we saw a couple of players touching the walls trying to force for the title lines. That did not work out. Albatrxssx got the no slide build, very nice neo slide save there. Did lose a bit of speed in the process, but still managed to at least save up of some the potential time loss. Kunal currently is leading, falling with a close bang between Skorpid and Iridium. Kaiser does a wicked flip but eats off the map. So that's not really working out in his favor, but looks like Kunal will be taking the first round win. Skorpid with a bit too higher reline allows Ojas and Iridium to overtake those bunch of positions due to that. Yeah, Nami sadly had the disconnect, so that's why he's not a part of the final. Despite him having the best seeding, and he looked as the best favorite also in the match, which is a bit unfortunate that it worked out, but it is what it is. So Kunal securing another plus 25 point, increased the points gap by almost 40 points between him and second place. Definitely will give more rounds to work with to finish off finalists, so Skorpid doesn't have the best of starts. Skorpid is more of a time attack player. He's very inconsistent in terms of rounds, but very fast in terms of pace. He has some very notable times on the campaign. However, whenever he needs to play in rounds, his performance has not looked the best. Currently a fight between Iridium and Kunal, just like in the previous semi-final. Kunal managed to get the turn way better and ramped up the lead as well. Got to 41.7. So not only we got... That's... wait. That's 0.2 from world record. That's pretty fast. So Kunal definitely showing a very good pace. So 0.1, 0.2 regu from world record. That's pretty good. Also, he has very solid consistency that allows him to increase this points gap. Definitely puts him out as the favorite in this tournament. Iridium with the early touch, Albatrxssx as well. So one thing annoying about the very start is that there's a gear change happening on the plastic part. If you don't oversteer properly, it's very easy to either hit the sides, or if you don't oversteer much enough, you can hit the outside line. Oh, Kunal tried to risk it for the inside line, did not work out. Skorpid yeeted off on the distance on the side of the pawn as well. Who do we have leading now? It's kind of hard to say. Like, Ojas is now leading, following by Blurrypixels and... But yeah, Ojas takes the win. Blurrypixels now takes the second place. First time getting a top 3 placement in the round. Kunal in third despite the mistakes, so there was a bunch of fiesta happening from the 3rd to 8th positions. Kunal, despite having a mistake, still managed to get third place. Nottcurious also in the top 4. So now we're gonna be going to the 30 speed. So the fastest time here is by Kunal, 49.6. The second fastest time is by Nami, which is also 49.6. Skorpid has a 49.7. Ojas has a 49.9. So 49 is definitely the time range we should look out for. Kunal has been looking as the fastest and the more consistent player, so he's definitely the favorite out of the tournament. We'll see if he'll manage to finish it up. Kunal also placed top 8 in the last Asia and Oceania Trackmania Championship as well. So definitely it's starting to become a more notable name in the Trackmania scene. So if we look at the points, at the moment Kaiser is in 8th with 98, Blurrypixels with 106, Albatrxssx with 118, Skorpid and Iridium are tied for 4th. Nottcurious is very close as well with 152. Then there's a bit of a gap to Ojas with 195, and Kunal has been absolutely popping off in this match and has 233 collected so far. So he will definitely have a bunch of room to work with in the upcoming, in the potential finalist rounds if he keeps up his performance throughout the match like it was before. Currently Kunal's being in first place, but he's hunted by Ojas, Albatrxssx and Iridium in the close fight. Iridium goes into the wall, goes for the respawn, trying to force out the SD throughout the line to build up a bit more speed. Bit of an oversteer by Skorpid. Ojas loses a bunch of exit speed, but Kunal still takes it at the end. And it secures another plus 25 pointer at the end. And Ojas is in second. So Ojas showing a solid consistency as well. Definitely showcasing that second place potential so far. Skorpid has definitely showcased that he can be one of the fastest players, but the consistency is not there. Like, well, definitely one of the main things that's a bit lacking. Iridium currently leading, this time Kunal not having the best. Very nice land by Skorpid, but it ends off not so nicely as he ends off in the ditch. Kunal currently leading, following by Ojas, Albatrxssx and Iridium. Again we see a 1 and 2 between Ojas and Kunal. Seems like it's gonna turning out into a bit of a rivalry. Very close round, and Kunal still takes it at the end. Less than 0.02 between the top 2 players. And this still allows both Ojas and Kunal to now extend the lead between the top 2 and the rest of the players. So Kunal is now closing in on the finalist reach. If Kunal finishes top 20, if he gets 1 or 2 in the next round, he will be entering finalist and will start to contend on winning the Trackmania India Cup 5, as well as get the first prize money from a Trackmania India tournament as well. Kunal currently looking as the favorite, going in the first place, followed by Albatrxssx in second. Kaiser has crashed out, Skorpid in third place. Albatrxssx goes for the outside line. We'll have to oversteer a bit more coming the uphill. Skorpid still gets a way better line going over the booster. Kunal looks like he'll be securing first place and will be the first person to enter finals with the 49.99 as well. That's the very first 49 we have seen on this match, and also the last, maybe the last one as well. Yeah, that would be absolutely lovely to see. Like, there's like Baltic League winners, AOTC winners, British Irish Professional Cup winners, French Championship, German Trackmania Cup, Hungarian, Liberia, Russian Trackmania Tournament, Nordic, Finnish League, Polish one, Czech, Slovak, you know, all of these, American Open, India Tournament, there's a Malaysian one, I believe, as well, the Africa Middle East one as well, you know, get winners of all of them and put them together would be absolutely wicked. Would be wicked, but need the budget for it. So it's not like you win, let's say, your regional event, and then you get nothing out of, you know, you get less to be in the main one. Seasonal All-Stars. Well, maybe we could see some. Maybe. Let's see what will happen. I think it would be cool if that was a concept. Needs a bit of budget for that. Credits to Daiko. Actually, that has been worked on, like, I had been wanting to do something like that for multiple years already. I wanted to do a Baltic and Finnish invitational event. For a while, like, invite the top 4 players from the Finnish league and top 4 players from Baltic league into like a double limb invitational event. Would be pretty wicked just from that in terms of the bit of a closer scene. Anyway, instead of talking about that, we have Kunal entering in his first finalist attempt and potentially winning the Trackmania India 5. Trackmania India Cup 5. And taking in a 1,250 rupees and a $5 Steam gift card as well. Kunal currently looking as the best potential. Iridium is very close, falling by Ojas. In the falling Ojas with too big of an oversteer. Skorpid is stuck at the start. Kunal looks like as the favorite. So far, not a single person who could potentially challenging him. And it looks like it will be Kunal winning the Trackmania India Cup 5. And will be the winner of this edition. And will be securing the 1,250 rupee and the $5 Steam gift card as well. So congrats to Kunal on winning the event. Now we'll still be playing till we have 2 more winners. So far Ojas is looking as the best favorite, who's at 263 points. Skorpid is in third. However, the gap between the fight for the third will be very, very, very close, as the points difference is very, very tight. Kaiser crashes out. Ojas has been a bit behind as well with the minor crash as well. Iridium currently leads the round. It's looking as the best favorite as well. Albatrxssx in the second place so far, trying to contest it, but gets a very unfortunate bump just as the CP. So respawning is sadly not an option, so even has to go for the safe way. But the Iridium still gets the plus 25 pointer and Skorpid in second. And Ojas not having the best of rounds still is very, very, very close on potentially entering the finalist himself. Actually, I believe that if Ojas wins the next round, he'll be entering finalist, because he just needs exactly 25 points. So if Ojas does manage to win the round, he will be entered finalist, and he'll be in a very good spot to potentially on the next map on the first round to secure himself in the second place. Ojas did place second the last Trackmania India Cup, so he can potentially repeat his achievement from last edition. It looks like Albatrxssx will be denying that. Will be going to the first place, followed by Nottcurious and Kaizer. Kaizer not been looking that consistent throughout the match. Looks like starting to step up his game at the ending parts of the tournament, as a comeback is still possible, as he misses the finish and even tries to go for the backup and still misses it up. And many people overtake him. Albatrxssx does take first with 25, Nottcurious with plus 20, Blurrypixel in third, Ojas in third, Skorpid in fifth, Iridium in sixth, and Kaizer only in last place. Very unfortunate end there by Kaizer. Had a very good opportunity to score some extra points, but sadly it did not work out as expected. So we're gonna go to Winter Days. This might be the map we might see things being finalized, as Ojas was looking as a very good player on this map, showing very good consistency on the ice map comparing to other players. Like everyone else was crashing, he was still maintaining consistent pace and was doing 42 low every single round. So one of the favorites who can potentially deny Ojas is Skorpid, as everyone else pace-wise. Also Iridium, but Iridium has definitely not looking that consistent in this match at all. So this is a very good shot or very good place where Ojas can potentially finishing off and get the second place and 750 rupee as well. As we're gonna be starting the first round on Winter Days. So Ojas needs a top 4 placement in the round to enter finalist. The plus 12 points will not give him enough, so he needs that top 4 placement at least. We saw so many mistakes, so as long as he maintains the pace he had last rounds when this map was played, I think that should be enough, but let's see what do the others do. Not that mistakes from rest of the field. He eats way too much penalty sand. He's still at the top of the field, but Nottcurious, Iridium and Skorpid are looking on fire as well. Oh, very nice inside line by Ojas. Close round between 2-3. Skorpid misses, and Ojas snipes himself into second place despite looking as the top 4 contenders due to the oversteer and the mistake by Iridium as well. Gives him that opportunity, and now Ojas has entered finalists. So Ojas just needs to win this round and he will secure the second place and 750 rupee in his pocket as well. Albatrxssx with a bit of a gear change. Iridium currently in first. Ojas in second currently in the hot seat, trying to win the round that he needed to secure the second place. Iridium is the only one in deny. Very nice exit by both of the Iridiums, so he has to adjust a bit for the bobsled entry line. 0.4 difference so far. They did see Iridium slide out the last time, so let's see what will happen this time. Or just goes for the inside line, has a very nice setup, but Iridium gets a very nice time, 41.8. That is 0.2 from world record he did in a round, so Iridium starts to deny. The match still is not over. And Iridium is quite far in the standings, currently at 249 points. But the gap is still quite big between Ojas and the rest of the player field, and more than 50 points. Looks like Skorpid, despite looking as one of the favorites on this map, has having some connection issues, which is a bit unfortunate. Ojas with a very nice bobsled line at the start. Builds up a very nice lead at the start of the round. Both Iridium and Albatrxssx slid out. Albatrxssx and Kaizer hit the side. Only Blurrypixel is the one who can potentially contest him. And I believe this might be the round unless something mysterious happens at the very end. And Ojas will be taking second place in the Trackmania India Cup 5, and with the world record as well. So what an end to What a note to end on, with a 41.4 time to end on as well, and setting a new world record. And securing second place and 750 rupees at the end as well. Very deserved. As we're now going to be playing for the final position. It's going to be the third place and a 500 rupee as well. As we're going to be starting the new map rotation. I'll be going on Frozen Paradise. No, that wasn't just the local, it was the world record overall. Oh no, sorry, never mind. The world record was a 41.2. That was the local record. Still, it was a good time either way. Still was a very solid time at the end. So now I'll be going to the tech map, which is the Frozen Paradise. So far looks like Nottcurious is at 268 points. Skorpid is in 4th with 256. Quite close between Iridium and Albatrxssx as well. There's a bit of a gap between Albatrxssx and Blurrypixels between 5th and 6th. Sorry, 6th and 7th. So far definitely quite close matchup between Nottcurious, Skorpid, Iridium and Alba for that third place of the match. I'm gonna be following Iridium, one of the contenders, also one of the most well-known people in the India scene, from the India scene internationally as well. That's a very nice inside line. A lot of exit speed carried out, however a bit of a wider line. Still a nice exit speed has been given out. Very close round between the top 4. Albatrxssx is a bit in the leads, following by Skorpid. Very nice line by Iridium. Beautiful inside line. Very close round between Skorpid, Albatrxssx and Iridium, and it's gonna be a very nice round between all them three, but Albatrxssx will be the person who will be securing the 25 pointer. Very good round by all of three of them. All of them did a 0.6 from world record. Very nice round by the India players, but Albatrxssx is the one who did get the 25 pointer. He's a bit at the lower side of the leaderboard. However, the points are very close. 278, 272, 269, and 264. Iridium with the early mistake, reducing his chances of scoring big points in this round quite massively. Albatrxssx so far in the leads, showcasing another good start so far. Blurrypixels as well is a bit in the fight in the top 2 so far. Our Skorpid and Nottcurious is at the top. Kaiser does clip the inside. Same with Iridium as well. Blurrypixels with way better exit speed as well. Albatrxssx in the first place secures another plus 25 pointer despite being at the bottom of the field of the leaderboard. Definitely starts to catch up on this map. Having a solid regu pace as well, doing 43's regu, which is quite a decent pace on a map like this. And due to that, he jumps in the 4th place. However, if Skorpid, Alba and Nottcurious get top 3 in this round, all of them, you will get the triple finalist. I believe they just need to finish in general, and we'll have a triple finalist for the 3rd place. Sadly, Albatrxssx did the early mistake, this time Iridium in the 1st place, followed by Blurrypixels from the round. Bit too wide of a line, loses all of the extra speed at the exit point. This most crucial part of the map. Iridium currently in 1st place, following by Skorpid and Nottcurious. Iridium tries to get those big pointers because he knows that if others get good points, then they'll be entered finalist. So at least denies some of the extra points. He'll score the 25 pointer, will closing the lead, but he's still not in finalist just yet. While Nottcurious, Albatrxssx and Skorpid will be entering finalists, so we'll have a 3-way finalist for the 3rd place of the match. Okay, sorry, it's gonna be two-way finalists as Albatrxssx and Iridium are only one round away from entering finalists themselves. Which is a bit unfortunate in that regard. But we will have Skorpid and Nottcurious in the finals. They have not been looking as the more consistent players. Definitely Albatrxssx or Iridium had been one of the faster players. But let's see how will this pay out. So they have a chance to still deny. We are still playing till 3 winners, so 3 people need to finish off in finalists to receive the prize money. So the chance is still there. There's 4 potential players in contention, but of course Nottcurious and Skorpid are looking in as the best favorites so far, as they are on finalists as well. However, Albatrxssx and Iridium do have to deny the finalists. I'll spectate Nottcurious for the start of this round. No major issues at the start. We saw Skorpid crashing out multiple times at the start of the round in the poll. It's like this time it did not really work out. Very close rounds up top. Iridium in first place, falling by both finalists. Oh, Iridium bits had to release at the end part, trying to save it, but he still maintains the lead. Nottcurious is very close in the pursuit. For a second, Iridium just clips the sides, almost touches the side, and Nottcurious touches this wall as well. And they're both basically even now. Nottcurious with the oversteer at the end loses all of the exit speed. And Iridium denies the finalists between Skorpid and Nottcurious. And now we will have 4-way finalists for the for third place, which is the last winner needed to finish off the match. So we have quadruple finalists for the third place between Iridium, Skorpid, Nottcurious, and Albatrxssx. Will we see the miracle from Blurrypixels and Kaiser? As currently, Albatrxssx has the biggest lead by 0.1 ahead of everyone else. Blurrypixels is up top but gets the no slide, same with Nottcurious, so Albatrxssx is currently in the best favorable position. Kaiser is very close but gets a massive oversteer at the end. Skorpid is in second place, Albatrxssx still maintains his first place. Where is Skorpid? Skorpid is 0.5 ahead, so this is amazing opportunity for Albatrxssx to finish off. He tried to go for the lesser, and Albatrxssx will be securing third place in the Trackmania India Cup 5 and will secure the 500 rupees as well, and will deny the finalists between Skorpid and Nottcurious as well. So congrats to Kunal on winning the event, Ojas in second and Albatrxssx in third.